Hi guys, this is a redirect to my reaction to episodes 415, 416 and 417 of One Piece. Not too bad, still there were some really cringy parts, especially like Hancock falling in love with Luffy. It was creepy as hell to me, but we have seen like a different side to Hancock, so I'm just a bit more relieved about that. I still don't really like her, but because she's still an animal abuser and oh god, like it was just cringy seeing her falling in love with Luffy. But anyway, apart from that, it was quite interesting and sad to learn about the Boa sisters' backstory, their past, that they were actually slaves to the 10 Yorobito, the celestial dragons. So they were captured by the Kuja pirates and they were sold as slaves by slave traders when they were just children, and then we saw them a bit older when they finally escaped. So I'm assuming they at least spent a decade, or just under a decade, being a slave, and god, they were like crying their eyes out. So I can only imagine just how much torture, or mental and physical torture they've been through to be slaves to the celestial dragons. So that was really sad to learn about, because Hancock, she asked Luffy what if the symbol on the back is something that he recognizes, and he said that it looks like Hachi's mark. It's not actually Hachi's mark. Hachi's mark is something that looks like the sun, whereas Hancock's sign at the back, her one, it has a few triangles around a circle, and she said that someone called Fisher's Tiger actually freed all the slaves, and that was how her and her sisters were able to escape. So yeah, that's how they were able to escape, and then she somehow earned a position as Shichibukai and stuff. To be honest, it doesn't, I mean, I sort of understand why she hates men because of what happened, but I'm pretty sure the celestial dragons, some of them were also women. Like, even if you like had like horrible experiences with men, like one of the celestial dragons was a woman though. I suppose all the slave traders and the celestial dragons that she was getting tortured by, they were all men, so that's where her hate for men comes from. But then again, I think you can't just base it on one thing that happened to you. I don't know. I mean, whatever. But I mean, it's horrible what happened, so you know, I'm not gonna go too harshly on that, but just, I mean, she has sort of changed in these episodes, because she's fallen in love with Luffy and now she's taking all of Luffy's requests. Now, in the last few episodes, she really wanted him killed, but because Luffy protected everyone from the mark, that, you know, like, I mean, she feels the need to be more merciful now towards him, because he also hates the 10 Yorobito, just like her. I don't ship it, I know. Okay, I don't want this to turn into a ship, well, I'm going to disable the conversation anyway, but if I really had to pick someone for Luffy, it should definitely be Nami, because she's been there since the beginning. They're really close. They've already have a very strong friendship. Now, I know a lot of people are gonna say, you don't ship Straw Hats with each other, but whatever. I mean, like, it is one of the most popular ships out there, and I do think it's really cute, Luffy and Nami. That being said though, I would much prefer Luffy to just be by himself, like, not getting married, not having kids. But then again, I think it would be cute if he did get married to someone and had kids. So if he really had to marry and have kids at the end, I'd totally support him with Nami, because at least Nami is his navigator. He's always going to need her around. And you know, like she's been so helpful. Like, without Nami being around, how the hell would Luffy be able to get the One Piece, be able to go to island to island? He still hasn't found the One Piece, but he really needs a navigator to be able to cross and go to different islands, different places, areas, whatever. So now Nami's role, like, out of every role out of the Straw Hats, Nami's role is the most crucial to Luffy's end goal. Personally, I would prefer, if it had to be a girl, if he really needed to be with a girl, I would pick Nami. I don't mind if he ended up with Vivi instead, but like, she hasn't shown up in like so many episodes, so there's a lack of development in that area, unless she does return later on, but I believe she doesn't return until the episode 700s, and even then she only gets like a cameo, I think. So I don't know anything regarding like Vivi's future or anything, but that's just what I think. Feel free to disagree, but age gap between Hancock and Luffy, I can't comprehend that. Like, seriously, he's a fucking kid, yo, and he's not even interested in women, so I don't know how. I mean, he obviously he's going to be very grateful, because Luffy, he really needs to save Ace. He found out that Ace is going to get executed, so he really needs to get to Impel Down using Hancock. He's hiding under a cape, literally holding onto her just so that he doesn't get caught. Oh, so funny and weird. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, I'm grateful to Hancock for like doing all this for Luffy, but I'm just like, bruh. One minute you're like, let's kill this man, next minute you fall in love with him. Total 180 degree. Anyway, I already know, because I already told you guys that I got spoiled on Ace's death, so I do know that it's going to happen anyway, regardless of what Luffy does. But I want to see, I'm hyped about how it all goes down though, because I don't know all of the information, like how Luffy gets in to Impel Down exactly, and like whether he gets caught or not by a few members or of the Marines or whatever, I don't know. But yeah, I'm really hyped for Impel Down. I'm so glad this arc has finally finished. I mean, episodes 414 and 413 and 414 were actually pretty good, and 415, some parts of it were pretty good as well. 416 was alright, but overall it's just been such a fan service heavy arc, and it made me so cringe. It was just so ridiculous. It's not just the fan service, it just was topped with just full of silly moments. It was just comical throughout, and I was hoping for like something more serious to happen. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like comedy, but only when it's not fan service based, if you get me. I like a mix between the two, and Sabaody did a great, fantastic job at that. I absolutely adored Sabaody. Sabaody is my favourite arc so far. It was just amazing throughout. I cannot even fault Sabaody. That's how good Sabaody was. So when I saw Amazon Lily, I was just like, what the fuck am I watching? I expected this greatness, and then it just sinks all the way down. But that being said though, these last 3 episodes were not so bad. There were so many cringy moments, but then again, there were some like parts to it that intrigued me as well. And we did see a different side to Hancock. That being said though, she's still an animal abuser, and I got really pissed off when she was kicking those animals at the end, and I was just like thinking like, does she have like a bipolar disorder or what? Like, she, one minute she's like, let's kill this guy, let me be ruthless as possible, and the next minute she's like, I'll be really nice. So I don't know, it's weird. But yeah, that's all I have to say. What you think of these episodes, let me know on Facebook. Stay tuned for more.